Hello there, lovely listener. This is just a warning to let you know that this episode of Return of the Giants may contain adult language or adult themes. Hello, everybody. Hello there. Welcome back to the Lost Archives. It is wonderful to see your gorgeous faces. We are here. We are playing the premier homebrew Dungeons & Dragons campaign, Return of the Giants. Thank you so much for joining us once again. We have a very exciting episode for you tonight. Before we do, super quick news to share. For those of you who've been enjoying the Pokemon Legends ZA playthrough, this morning, the Mutanite mystery gift was released. So if you want Mega Mewtwo, X or Y, go and claim your free mystery gift. The video for it will be coming out tomorrow. I also managed to catch Zygarde. Fucking hell, that was a tough battle. Like, genuinely a tough battle. But not as tough as a side mission battle where I have to fight a Tyrantum with a Aurorus? Whatever the evolution of that fossil sail Pokemon is. Genuinely struggling. I don't, because he just does Earthquake and I'm immediately killed. So I'm going to have to play around with that a bit more. But yeah, it's been really, really fun. And the DLC comes out pretty soon. Did you guys see the reveal of Lucario Z, the Mega Form?
I did see that, actually.
Googling now.
Thoughts? On the spot.
See,
he's not a Pokemon fan. Jared's like,
I think the other major Pokemon player isn't here at the moment.
Ali, I know. I need
like a Mawile, right?
You need Ali here right now.
I need Ali here. Ali's probably the biggest Pokemon
Because I
fan.
have no idea. Everything you've just said, I have heard
It's just
nothing. I've
gibberish.
only been playing Arc Raiders. That's all I've been playing.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the head stuff going on.
It's
Yeah,
interesting.
it looks like, is it Mawile that has the
Mawile has
thing,
the
right?
chew head.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that looks like-
he still seems to be fighting Steel. I don't think they've changed his typing, which I was really surprised by. I thought for sure that would be Dark Steel.
It looks a little bit like it has a barboach like stuck to its head.
It does look a bit like it has a
doesn't
barboach stuck to its head. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm going to have to see it in motion a bit more because I thought the same. Like I remember way back when we were talking about Dragonite Mega Evolution and we were all like, oh, I don't know. I actually really loved it once I saw it in motion. I thought it was really cool. I really enjoyed it. Same as Victory Bell. Victory Bell eventually grew on me as well. So we'll have to see. I've got to see it in motion. But apparently the Z forms, they last for less long. So you get like a shorter Mega Evolve time, but you get more power or more speed or more, like it boosts one of the stats higher. So we'll have to see what that looks like. I'm excited. I'm wondering if Charizard's going to get yet another Mega Evolved form. Probably. It's Pokemon. They fucking love Charizard. A lot. I reckon there'll be another Charizard form.
Sorry, Venusaur.
Look, it is their cash cow, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's the most expensive Pokemon TCG card, isn't it? Still, like
Charizard,
well,
yeah,
I could be
probably
wrong.
is. Mega Venusaur is such a
I'm not,
letdown.
but it's high up there, of course. Anyway.
Yeah, no, look, so I'm excited. I'll keep you guys posted. The DLC comes out December 10th, so I'll obviously be playing it the day it comes out, and I'll have the episode up the next day. So stay tuned, and I'll have some news on that. The other exciting news I have for you, if you're watching this recorded, actually and live too, there will be an episode coming out very shortly of a brand new playthrough now that we've finished Baldur's Gate 3. Tricking, who played through Baldur's Gate 3 with me, and Andrew from the Avatar Legends and the Tales from the Yawning Portal campaign are joining me for a playthrough of Modded's Minecraft. We're playing a skyblock called ATM 10 to the Sky. I got punched off the block within the first 10 seconds of us starting the recording, so it's not hardcore. Otherwise, it would have been a very short playthrough. Yeah, they literally just punched me off immediately. But yeah, we're doing a playthrough of that. I've always wanted to do a playthrough of a Minecraft series. This is harkening back to the very early days of when I first wanted to start a YouTube channel. We're talking when I was like 14. I didn't do it then, but I have done it now. So you'll get to see that. That'll be coming out very shortly, probably coming out, I reckon, Saturday. So if you're watching this recorded, it's already out. Go check it out now. That's all the fun news I have to share. Shall we do our recap and jump into the session? I've got a thorough recap for Matt, because I know you weren't here last session, so welcome back. I will do the thorough recap, hey? Let me pull open my notes, and we shall start. The Tempest Adventuring Guild, a name now legendary across the lands of Nostea, is taking on the threat posed by the return of the Giants. Now heading to the frozen lands of Northgard, the team are on the trail of the Frost Giants, seemingly linked to a sudden and drastic change in the climate. Battling the elements, the team are making their way through the frozen forests north of Scostal, attempting to make their way to the lighthouse, Coldridge. Along the way, they've discovered a hellish link to the never-ending blizzard. Seeking shelter under a mysterious magical dome of force surrounding an old lumberyard, the team have battled with cold light walkers and frost wisps, possibly created as a result of a rift to Cania, 8th layer of the 9 hells. Just as the team were examining some strange cubes, seemingly the power source for the protective dome, wolf howls began to ring out through the night. Emerging from the forest, an enormous white wolf approached the shelter, easily towering over most of the surrounding trees. Suddenly, the wolf began to speak to the party, introducing itself as the mother of lichens, Fenris, a name Lyra immediately recognized through her connection to Wiltix. After some back and forth, Fenris agreed to help the party through the storm to assist in stopping the frost giants, who she blamed for the unnatural weather and, interestingly, seemed rather contemptuous of. We left off last session as the team took a long rest, assisting an injured frost salamander and its mate in the caves below their camp and snagging some interesting loot at the same time. So, all of you have benefited from a long rest, so Matt, please feel free to give yourself a long rest. The other thing for your benefit, Matt, that you would have been part of, that Niles would have been part of, is Fenris advising the party that their best bet was to accept her gift. The weather was inclement, the terrain unforgiving, and really this is a place for the beasts to roam. And so she offered her gift, the gift of lycanthropy, to the party through Messai, who has been very resistant of his werewolf nature. So one of the big sort of conversation points after Fenris left was sort of Grim mostly talking to Messai and trying to see if he'd be willing to share the gift of lycanthropy, and Messai not fully convinced. Lyra at the moment, I think, was the only one who was slightly interested. But yeah, I mean, if you want to consider it, you absolutely can. It'll be done as either a reworked version of the Blood Hunter subclass, or I've got another variant of it, which is using a feat, where as you progress through, you can level up this feat and access more aspects of the beast. So, if you're interested, we'll have a chat.
Does
later.
sound cool, but I don't think Cassius will indulge.
All good. Thought I'd ask. Just
have you guys ever watched Wallace and Gromit: The Curse of the Were-Rabbit?
Curse the Were-Rabbit. I was about to say.
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah.
Imagine Harry the Were-Rabbit.
Actually, that's pretty cool. I'll give you that. I would actually be
Harry.
I'm trying to imagine what a were Owlin would be like. That's kind of horrifying.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. I hadn't considered what Owlin would look
Yeah,
like. We
that
did
one
joke
is
about Harry.
Pretty nutty.
Yeah. Yeah. What was? I mean, I can't ask Christian because he's put his camera off and mic off. I was going to ask what Bart thought of it.
Bart was not keen, which I kind of get as well.
Yeah, I think Niles would probably be in the same boat.
Yeah.
He's
so the session ended last week with all of the cubes being gathered up. Those 3 cubes that seemingly were channeling cold, and the one that's channeling heat. These are variations of a thermal cube that you've managed to locate. The dome is still in place, and there are currently 2 wolves sleeping outside the area of the dome in a small, almost like a little, not like a full burrow, but like a little overhang formed by some dead leaf litter and some logs that have fallen. And they are waiting for you to guide you further north through the forests. So, we awaken in the morning. The storm has not abated. If anything, it has grown even stronger. You can see at the edges of the dome, snow is piling up higher and higher. The lower layers now compacting and melting to form ice. But whatever magic is powering this seems to act very similar to a Learman's tiny hut. As dawn approaches outside, the light inside begins to rise as well, until it is comfortable. Cool, definitely. The temperature has dropped a little bit, even since last night. But the dome is keeping out most of the chill. As you awaken, you can see Messai and Klaus slowly rubbing the sleep from their eyes. Messai looking not very well rested at all, a lot on his mind as a result of the conversations last night. Grim slowly climbs out of his second Learman's tiny hut. Grim cast his own version of Learman's tiny hut inside this enormous dome and has spent the night sleeping there. He wanders out wearing nothing but a long nightgown and some slippers, slowly stretching as he adjusts the hat on his head that's printed with little skull patterns. He looks a lot like, Scrooge, 18th century Scrooge, in like his long nightgown and little booties. And as he slowly sort of stretches, goes, "Well, I slept lovely. How are you doing?"
Oh, look, this is actually not too bad, if I'm being honest. I've slept in many different area of nature. So this is quite a nifty little spell, I shall say myself. It's quite nice and comfortable, dry in here. I'm not complaining.
My plumage offers me quite good protection against the elements. I slept rather well, all things considered.
Well, I think a nice hot cocoa would be perfect to start off our day, don't you?
I mean, if you have some, I would indulge for sure.
You don't have hot cocoa with you?
I have various teas. I am lacking in the cocoa department.
Well, tea sounds lovely nonetheless. Something warming.
Sure.
Look, to be honest, I just carry a copious amount of weapons.
You can't drink weapons, Cassius. Can you drink weapons?
I mean, if I melt them down into molten steel, then sure, maybe. It won't go well for you, though.
I wouldn't advise that.
No, it won't go well for you. You can do it, though, can't you?
Ha, 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 ha.
Well, it is a liquid, though, isn't it, my friend?
Yes.
I mean, anything
I
can be a
guess.
liquid. Try hard enough.
Pretty much. Might have mixed results, though, I think, but no doubt. By all means, pour you a nice hot cocoa, my friend.
Okay, well, no cocoa. Tea. I've got various teas, chamomile. I have a mint. I have an Earl Grey. I have a green, matcha, whatever you want.
Do you have a Lady Grey? I think Grim would drink Lady Grey. I think Earl Grey would be too strong for him. Sorry, Brandon. You're not here to defend yourself, but this is what you get.
Does anyone have coffee? I think Cassius would be a coffee drinker, honestly. Just like a little black coffee in the morning and get going.
Yeah, coffee's fairly new to most of Oceania.
That's true, actually. I didn't even ask if that even exists.
No. It does. It's from Lyra, the continent to the west. Coffee's fairly new. It has only really been around in Oceania in big numbers for the last sort of 3-4 years. It's one of the chief exports from Lyra, that's the westernmost continent, the newly discovered continent.
I've been meaning to dabble in a bit of coffee.
Well, I guess no coffee then, so I guess I'll just start my day with this. He gets a cigar out and starts smoking.
Oh.
It's really interesting. Inside the dome.
It's in the I was actually just realized inside the hut.
No, but it's massive. So like you're inside the big dome.
Hot box.
Inside the enormous dome, the smoke should carry. It doesn't. The air in here is automatically purified by magic. The smoke, as soon as it leaves your lips, Cassius, vanishes. It's one of the effects of you can control all sorts of fun stuff with Liam's tiny hut. This is one of them.
Quite nifty.
And this massive dome is a variation of Liam's tiny hut. It's a variant spell.
There we go.
Yes.
Can I roll a stealth roll to see if you can see what Harry's taking a swig of?
Sure. Absolutely.
Sleight of hand.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
19.
You're trying to be like subtle about it then.
Yeah.
19. I'm going to say that's pretty subtle.
Yep. You see Harry get something from inside his cloak and have a little morning cap, and then yep.
I only did that because it's alcohol, and he's pretty switched on when it comes to alcohol. Unlucky though.
Are you drinking your morning carrot juice, Harry?
Yes. Some carrot clear juice, if you know what I mean.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. You made Everclear from carrots. I remember now.
Some vodka.
Yeah.
Carrot vodka.
You can make vodka from carrots. This is true. Yeast will turn any sugar 100%. Into alcohol. They're not picky. Like carrots are full of sugar. They'll happily turn it into alcohol. If you distill
I also have a bag that pulls out very average carrots.
That's true.
Oh yeah, you do too.
As Messai pulls out a pan and begins grilling some sausages on the not Messai, sorry. As Klaus begins pulling out some sausages, as he looks around the group, because sausage, reindeer, I think, been smoked. The flavor's something to get used to, but if you're a fan, I think you'll like it.
That sounds wonderful.
Ooh. I'm always game to try new meats and other things. So by all means, I'll have some of that.
Niles picks up on Harry's little swig. Because he
23. Yeah, you do. Yeah,
I never did.
My eyes kind of narrow a little bit, and I just sort of nod. Bit early,
which is as Niles at the campfire, his head slowly turns. like 120 degrees and spots Harry from behind.
Oh yeah, true.
That's a well. No, it's. I mean, I'm sure that's quite warming for you, Harry.
It's great in this weather. You want to have a swig? It's good stuff.
I might pass for now, but maybe later.
Harry, does that invitation also extend to myself?
Harry hands over the carrot vodka.
Perfect. Thank you very much, my friend. I'll have another swig of that and pass it back on to Harry.
Can I also pull out 3 carrots from the bag for breakfast?
3?
I don't want sausages. Yeah.
3 D100s, please.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'll pass on the sausage things.
I just need to know if it's a 1 or 100. All other numbers.
56, 29, and 54.
Cool. So don't worry. Yeah, just very average carrots.
They're all just mild carrots.
Carrots. I only need to know if it's a 1 or 100. That's when things get spicy from your broken cornucopia.
Bartholomew, how are you feeling? You all right?
I'm just nervous, I guess, about what the plan is to for next.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still just feel uneasy. The Wolf Mother told us everything that was happening. I've been mulling over it this morning. The fact that the giants have opened up into get 1 second here. Cadia? What's the
What is it?
Cania. The giants opened up into Cania. So this isn't something obviously prompted by the fiends, which I really, really thought it was. I don't know. You know that I don't like walking into things unless we're certain about the facts, and we just don't have enough information. I just feel nervous.
You watch as Lyra cocks her head. Bartholomew goes, Are you sure that the devils aren't to blame though? Just because the giants opened the way doesn't mean that they knew what they were doing. It doesn't mean there's not devilish involvement. I don't want to cross anything off before we know the full story.
No, I see your point of view, and the possibility of corruption is something that has already occurred once with the
The whole situation with the stone giants in Durgar. Yeah, I mean that was all. Yeah. That was all masterminded by a devil. And from what you were saying the other day about devils, they act indirectly, right? Like a bit like the Fae. They kind of don't do things. If they can have someone else do it, they will.
We've also known the giants to open up into planes of their kind. Frost giants, it would make sense that if they want to break into anywhere, it would be a plane of cold. I don't know. In all of our expeditions so far, even with the cloud giant, we've never had to outrightly face them. They've always been allies or neutral. The stone giants, for a small period of time due to the control and influence over them, but even then, midway in the fight, we convinced them to join our side. And even the cloud giant that literally abducted Harry was still conversible, despite being a tosser.
Well, we still might have to cross that bridge and we confront them.
Yes. I don't know. I'm just nervous about the fact that this might not be fiends. It might also be frost giants we have to face. I don't like that we don't know what we're walking into. I'm being pessimistic.
All right. So I just want to ask a quick question. What has your relationship been like up to this point with all the giant species you've come across as the party? I'm obviously quite new here, so I haven't really had much experience with giants myself. So I'm just wondering how they've been.
That's a valid question, actually, Cassius. I think our relationship has been rather good. We're in good terms with the current queen of the giants, Sidmare.
Okay.
She's the head of the storm giants, and therefore, I guess, de facto queen of the giants. I would say, if you factor in the all thing. I mean, we were originally sent to quell some hill giants originally in the Spire, but it turns out that it was a misunderstanding, and we actually got along quite amicably with the hill giants. And it does still sadden me to hear that they have since perished amongst themselves.
We did hear about that, hey?
Yeah. Jin was awful news.
I personally think that precarious is a better word. In each situation, the storm giants are, despite being nice, losing their standing. The cloud giants we know openly are not working with us. The stone giants, aren't enemies, but they also think everything doesn't matter because it's a dream.
Yes.
The hill giants, from what I heard from the rest of the party, were friends, and then they're dead, so no, they're not friends anymore.
Sounded like the hill
cloud
giants just respected strength, just respected food and strength. Easy enough to win on board.
Cloud giants we know are dicks, and then it leaves the frost giants and the fire giants. And from what we've already seen in, I guess, visions of the past, the fire giants aren't that good either, keeping secrets, stuff like that. Not sure what they're doing in the modern day, but I would say precarious.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. So yeah, it does sound like a tumultuous mix of people and giants, I suppose, not people, but okay.
I mean, you do have to keep in mind that the former king, Bjorn, did sacrifice himself for the good of, I suppose, the giants and of all the small, all of the folk in Nostea. That was quite a selfless act.
I think it's just difficult for them to find where they fit into the world nowadays.
I could understand that.
It's difficult coming back to an apartment and realizing that you're not the lease owner anymore.
No, that would I could see how that might catch a few people by surprise. I imagine a few of these giants have come back and they're not happy about what their current lands are and sort of how they are. So, okay, I'm just sort of trying to figure out what we're going up against. These frost giants, they're the ones actually doing this weather at the moment. I remember. Yeah. Yes, I remember hearing that.
The party once have a Frost Goliath in their members who knew a little bit about the people's history. Niles, Harry, I guess from your travels with Thrain, do you have much, I guess, expectations on what sort of a culture we might be coming onto?
Well, Thrain was quite pro Frost Giant. I guess based on his lineage, he had direct connections to the rune carvers. It was something that he revered quite strongly in his tribe and amongst his people. So I suppose from a biased perspective, he was always in favor of the Frost Giants, regardless of where their allegiances may lie. But he only ever spoke positively of them. He believed in the traditions and the cultural heritage that the Frost Giants entailed. And therefore,
what type of culture did they have? Are they going to be peaceful, aggressive? What would you say?
I think he really liked the hit stuff.
Yes, yes, he was very good with an axe. He was very large, good sparring partner, I must say. But yes, no, he was very strong. Maybe similar in the way of the hill giants, but more, I suppose, perhaps more in tune with their elemental power. Perhaps
I guess, but this fellow was a Goliath, yes. So it'd be interesting to see if what he holds true in his heart. It'd be interesting to see if they measure up to what is actually in his heart.
That's right.
Because he's far removed from those
Don't
giants.
meet your heroes. Trust me, I know that with my father.
No, there you go.
Yeah.
So I guess we're going to find out what type of giants these giants are, I suppose.
I mean, we kind of know from some of our visions how the Frost Giants acted, and they're, I guess, I don't know. They didn't. It seemed like they were disinterested in the all thing, perhaps more, I guess, more involved in their own meddling, proving their own strength. But maybe there's more to it. I'm not quite sure.
Well, be interesting to see what happens us moving forward. So, do we know where they are? Sorry, do we actually know where their location is?
Well, the Winter Wolf has pointed us now that we know that the storm is not circular. The winds are not traveling around us like some sort of a cyclone. We know that it's coming from the source of which it, I guess, pushes past us. So we just need to, I guess, brave the storms and travel towards it.
Has the outside world actually had much contact with the Frost Giants?
No. Not much of the world has a contact with many of the giants. The frost giants seem to be.
No, it just sounds interesting though, because they didn't sound interested in sort of existing in that giant hierarchy as much as the others. So this giant storm they've created, it could be an interest. I'm just having a theory. Maybe they're potentially shutting themselves out from the world. Maybe. Or maybe they're hiding something that they're doing behind those sleet storms. Who knows what could be going on?
Well, I did receive a omen from Meloran, your deity.
Yes. Don't speak with her often, though. Not at all, really.
It was something small. Do not worry about it. It was just some things I saw in a fire. But
interesting. Okay. Yes.
It seems to be that the frost giants needed help. So I don't know if this is them locking people away or not.
Or maybe them trying to keep themselves safe at the moment if they're asking for help.
Maybe
there could be something more further in play here.
In any case, before we come to any sort of conclusion, Bartholomew, I think you are right in your assessment. We probably do need to gather more information before we can decide on anything.
Well,
really.
Information is power, so 100%.
Even simple things of just when we do start to get close, relying on the skills of Harry to maybe do some scouting ahead, work out what we're about to walk into. We too often stumble into confrontation.
That's actually how you met me.
Yeah,
that is true.
And how we faced the Kraken and several other problems recently.
At this point, Niles will probably look over at Klaus, just being someone who's from the area, and sort of say, I don't know if we've discussed this, Klaus, but do you have any evidence or anecdote? Do you have any stories or anything you can share about the frost giants? I know they are relatively new, but given your connection to this land, and you surely have stories that you tell, or maybe something that you can shed.
Aye, we have tales that we tell of the frost giants. Stories for children, though. A massive boat said to sail between the northern waters. This is a long time before humans settled here, though, lad. Gotta understand that these lands were inhospitable up until even just after the ruin. Some on the mainland still think they are inhospitable. The stories speak of a great vessel, a longship, used to sail the waters. Frost giants used it as a mobile base. Place called home. Stories say that it was sunk during their disappearance. The wreckage contained untold riches and jewels. One of the reasons why Coldridge Lighthouse was founded was because of all the ships that used to go missing up in the north while searching for this wrecked longship. Some wizards said that there was a magic connection they could follow, some artifact on one of the floating cities, Volus, I think, one of the flying cities that they could use to locate the ship, but as far as I'm aware, none of them ever claimed that they'd found it.
Interesting.
The Frozen Hearth is what we call it. Don't know what the giant word for it was. It's the main story I know about the frost giants. It's just about what they left behind.
Maybe there's, I guess, it sounds like all signs point to the lighthouse then. If they seems to play a part in your stories, then perhaps it's worth...
It's just the northernmost tip of the island, lad. It's the only reason that we're heading there is because where the spellcasters went to go and try and block the storm. The story, the ship, the only reason I mentioned it in reference to the Coldridge Lighthouse was because ships used to... this is the last point you can reach before you hit the frozen wastes, the plains at the very north planet. It's where ships would launch from. It's treacherous, the seas around there. Coldridge Lighthouse is there a warning away from a particularly dangerous series of rocks, and there's a passage of water that runs between some of the islands in Northgard. Icebergs are not uncommon through there. Part of the job of the lighthouse was to spot them when they see ships, a large directional beam that could light up. Magic powered. Don't ask me how it works. But it would light up danger in the water for ships to see.
Interesting.
Just above board, as we're about to get ready to leave as well, just a reminder, getting ready from the long rest. A little bit of like maybe a bird's song in the morning, inspiration, and 13 temporary hit points.
Ooh, nice.
Is that for everyone?
Yeah,
Everyone.
Ooh, thank you very much. I'm going to quickly cast, just because of the feat I have, the Fey Touch, just the Gift of Alacrity. It's a free cast.
Nice.
Just letting you know that.
Gift of alacrity.
So I just touched myself. That sounds really bad. Because it says you touch a willing
You don't need
creature.
to share that.
I'm aware of how that came out. It didn't come out the way I wanted it to, but regardless, I stand by it. I touched myself. For the duration, the target can just add 1d8 to the initiative rolls.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really good actually.
Nice.
So I guess what happens is, just for some like thematic effect, if anyone is paying attention to Cassius, because he hasn't done much magic yet. He has done some stuff obviously in the fight, but with this, he just sort of does some murmurs and other like little hand gestures, and then you see these like almost like these black sort of wispy sort of like not tendrils, but like black wispy sort of like kicks on his shoes, I guess. He's got some cool like black wispy kicks that cause him to like move a bit quicker, I suppose.
Yeah,
Ooh.
sweet.
They just sort of every now and again they just sort of wisp off from his like boots.
those are some
yeah.
lovely Melordans.
Ah. Dear God.
Damn.
Orders.
But as we're getting ready to leave, even though Klaus is guiding us, just in a bit of like a panicked mode, is just going to do a survival check as he pulls out the map, just to make sure, I guess, that we're about to leave in the correct direction. If that's okay.
Yeah. Now, one of the things you had said that you would try and do is take down this dome. Oh, 6 is not amazing.
I got a +5 with the map. It's an 11.
11 total.
Yeah.
11. As you look over the map, but it's not that you're having trouble reading the map. It's just having trouble locating where you are right now in relation to it. You're kind of off the main roads, having sort of crashed into the forest a bit to check on this lumber camp. You sort of have a vague idea where you are, but if you're presented with more off-road travel, more bush bashing, you're going to have a lot of trouble getting yourself back to here or even orienting yourself without some significant landmark to help you.
Look, I think that's still important because Bart knows just how important it is that we do not get separated from Klaus out of everyone here. If he goes, we're fucked.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Now, you had said that you would try and take down the dome. That was one of the things that you promised.
Yeah.
How would you like to try and do that? It's annoying. It's annoying Brandon's not here because this is very much wizard shit. I'm happy to have, while you guys are kind of figuring this out, Grim and Lyra to take a look at the dome. If anyone wants to help them,
just
though, that would be
FYI, I do have a +3 intelligence.
Yeah.
I am an Eldritch Knight. I could potentially do something with that.
Yeah. As you head over, Cassius, as Bard is going through the maps, you see Cassius Grim has the 4 cubes, the single fire thermal cube and the 3 frost thermal cubes. He's kind of sort of poring over them. You can see he's examining them, taking a bit of a close look, occasionally sort of scratching his chin and going, yes, this bit goes here. Synchronicity is rough. Okay. As you wander on over.
How you going there, my friends? What are you looking at there?
Hello. Yes. Trying to see if I can disrupt the magic between these. I have figured out that they are linked to the lovely dome that keeps us sheltered. Beyond that, I'm a little stumped. I've tried dispel magic. I've punched them. I've tried everything.
Oh, there were more cubes in the cave that we're in yesterday, right?
They're the ones you brought up to the top. They're the frost cubes.
Oh, so we brought them back?
Yep. As soon as the salamanders left,
yeah.
I think Lyra said she was grabbing them from memory.
Grim, can I try punching them?
Sure. As he hands you one of the frost cubes.
What am I trying to do with this, by the way? Are we trying to turn it
You
off?
should try punching them together.
I was joking about the punching, but I mean, if you want to try it, you can.
Well, I mean, I'm very good at punching.
All right, place it on that log there, and if you get a good punch, we'll see if you can yeet it out of the dome. How about that?
Are you trying to turn it off?
Yes.
Yeet is such a grim word.
Yes.
It is a good Yeah. I'm gonna do something kind of funny.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna punch it, but I'm gonna infuse a focus point into it. I'm gonna try and use disrupt.
I love that you've called it a focus point. From Cosmere.
No, it's literally
It's also
a
focus
focus
point.
point.
Oh, I thought that's
They
hilarious.
changed
I
it from
think-
key to
yeah.
focus.
That's right.
Yeah, in the 2024 rules. Yeah.
Yes.
Monks use
I
focus
thought you were
point.
being really cute and referencing Cosmere, and I was like, oh, he's really immersed in Cosmere now.
Actually, yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. Totally.
I'm going to spend
Mistake
one
that. You
investiture
should have said
to.
that immediately.
I'm gonna do the surge of gravitation on this, and whoop, up it goes. We do a
That's
basic
exactly what I'm
lashing.
gonna do.
Send it sky high.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. It's So I used 2 points of my focus points. Usually it would be to force an enemy within 30 feet to make a wisdom save. On a failed save, choose to remove 1 damage resistance or change a damage immunity to a damage resistance. So I'm like trying to disrupt the magic in it.
Yes,
to turn it off, I guess.
Yep, for
I
sure.
don't really have an understanding of the intelligence behind it, but
No.
I'm kind of just like, elements. I can
Give it a
kind
go.
of do that. Yeah, sure.
sure.
So that's what I'm going to do. Channel some of my focus into it. I'm just going to go. Just
Roll
punch
me
it
an
off the wall.
attack. Roll me an attack just because I want to see what your total number is to hit. Not that it's like you're missing. It's just to know what the power of your punch is. And then if you can roll me a D100, that would be amazing.
To hit, so okay.
Just
that's gonna
roll to hit and then a
be-
D100.
That's a 20 non-natural. And
Okay,
then,
yeah. So very powerful
one.
punch here.
Yep,
Exceptionally powerful punch.
74.
74. Okay. Let me quickly pull open. Nothing you need to worry about.
No, I'm-
Okay, 74 you say.
Yeah.
Okay. Niles, as you punch the cube, are you
Yeah.
aiming down or out to try and punch it
Well,
forwards?
If the log is kind of sitting like this
Yeah.
and the cube is kind of like that, I'm trying to punch it like directly forward.
Perfect.
rather
Yeah,
than-
that's. I figured you were doing that. Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
As soon as your fist strikes the cube, there is a massive explosion of energy. You watch as the cube flies 40 feet and smacks into the dome. As soon as it makes contact with the internal wall of the dome, you watch as the cube spins, sections of it clicking into place as it turns into a sphere and drops outside the dome, completely grey and inert. The explosion of magic that goes back towards you, Niles. Could you roll a d4 for me?
Sure. Yeah, that's 2.
Perfect. That is cold damage. You
That's
watch as Niles freezes solid. Ice shooting across his form as he freezes in place. Fist pushed out, feathers bristling with ice. Niles, you are going to take 7 points of cold damage. Seriously, 7 points? 7 points of cold damage for that. Rolled a 2 and a 1. You are frozen. It's the effect of petrified for 1 minute.
Harry starts rubbing him to try and start thawing him.
Thank you.
As your hands scrape around the icy surface.
Yeah, with a rag. With a rag.
With a rag. Niles begins to thaw almost
you know,
immediately.
back in the 90s, we had those fridges that over frost, and you had yeah. Harry's just thawing him up like that.
Actually, you know what? I could get him out a bit
ShamWow.
quicker, maybe. I start preparing a burning hand.
Oh no.
But you know what? Cassius thinks about it. You see the flame, this black flame start coalescing in his hand. And he goes,
Jeez.
maybe not. Maybe not, actually. No, that could actually go pretty poor. I might hold that one. You keep up. Yep, just
I
keep
thought it was good.
rubbing him out. Keep rubbing him. That's it. That's the stuff.
Rub the bird. You watch as Niles begins to defrost. It's only a minute, so you begin to defrost almost immediately. Your feathers protecting you from the worst of the chill, Niles. You only got 7 cold damage. But as the frost begins to etch off, you can see this is clearly some sort of magic that is at play here. The dome, as soon as the sphere collapsed, you watch as the dome flickers ominously for a moment, and as it does so, a blast of icy cold wind flies in before the dome is able to sustain itself once again. You can see the dome is flickering. It is occasionally breaking down. The temperature drops by about 10 degrees inside the dome.
It's worth mentioning.
What's the other one?
Did the disrupt actually cause anything to happen, or was it just
The disrupted. It turns the cube off for sure.
Oh, very good. Okay, that's.
There's
good
so
to
the,
know.
I mean, I'll roll. Look, I'll tell you what. I'll roll an intelligence check for Grim. Let's see if Grim can figure out what's going on here. Hey, I think, and Cassius, if you want to roll an Arcana check, you're also welcome to.
Yep, let's do it.
Yeah. It's good to know.
Can I roll an investigation?
Absolutely.
I just need to know because if it hadn't have had an effect, I would have got the point back. So if it did have an effect,
it did have an effect.
13's okay.
Very cool.
So there's effects if you try and take these things.
I specialize more in history than I do Arcana. That's okay.
That's a 31. That's a 31 for Grim.
That's nutty.
18 plus 13. I understand exactly how these work.
Harry rolls his eyes.
So, Niles, your attack. If you had tried to carry one of these outside the dome, there would have been a catastrophic feedback of magic. But because your punch was so effective, it yeeted the cube with such force. It disrupted the cube's surface tension. We just need to do a similar thing to the other cubes. We just need to disrupt them. Now that I've seen that in play, I think I can do something similar with one of my spells. And you watch as Grim reaches down and begins to rotate sections of the cubes as he does so, occasionally channeling magic through it. Over the course of a minute, Grim is able to disable the 4 remaining cubes. With each cube that is disabled, the dome flickers, weakens, and then finally, as he disrupts the heat cube, the dome collapses in on itself. As soon as it does so, icy cold wind strikes you. Your unprotected faces, your eyes blink against the sudden onslaught. It is darker. It is minus 10 degrees in this chilling wind. You hear Grim's voice echoing through the storm. Yes, I think I can do something. If we walk in pairs, we've got 4 cubes. Bear with me a moment. And then suddenly there's a flicker of warmth as Grim reactivates all the cubes as heat cubes. As long as you stand within 30 feet of one of these cubes, it uses the same effect as a normal thermal cube now. Grim has activated their original form. I'll pull open the exact information on them so that I give you everything correct. But as long as you stand within 30 feet of the thermal cubes, it feels as if it is 35 degrees Celsius. There you go.
Whoa, that's actually decently warm as well.
It's decently warm. The cube generates enough dry heat to keep the temperature within, it says within 15 feet of it, so it's not quite as good as 30. Within 15 feet of it at 95 degrees Fahrenheit or 35 degrees Celsius.
There's 4 of them, isn't there?
There's 4 cubes.
You can easily cover everyone with that.
Yeah. As Grim activates them and begins to hand them out, you watch as Klaus looks down, slowly, gingerly picking up the cube with one of his gloved hands. Well, this just takes all of the skill and all of the bushcraft out of it if we just got one of these. This is even the storm is weaker around these things.
It's a bit cheap, actually.
With you,
magic, I suppose.
Bloody cheap.
Adapt or die, I suppose.
The blizzard is still raging, but it does have less of a chill as it strikes you. The cube, the area around it, seeming to keep things a bit warmer than it was before. Padding through the snow with the disruption of the barrier, you see emerging from the blinding blizzard the 2 wolves. Dire wolves, one with beautiful white fur, the other with this more sort of timber coloration, oranges, auburns, and dark greys. And as they pad on over you, watch as the wolves sort of cock their heads a little bit, looking at each of you, and then begin to turn and wander towards the north.
Well then, looks like we're off then.
Did that not sure, Venrus or something? Did they say they would help us or something? Would they help us find our way to the giants? So I think we'll just follow those 2, I suppose. Is that correct?
They're our help, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I suspected as such. All right. I'm not too fond of wolves, if I'm being honest.
On that, actually, Lyra, are you still considering? Someone's disappeared.
That's all right.
It's the winter. The breeze is too much. I can't see.
It's taking Harry. It's taking Harry.
You watch as
Harry.
Harry just
I mean, rabbits do die to exposure.
Oh
Pretty
my!
particularly strong gust of wind picks up Harry and he just vanishes.
No! No, Lyra, were you thinking of? Were you seriously considering taking Fenris up on their offer?
I mean, yeah, Wiltix always seemed to help Wiltix a lot, and I mean, to be perfectly honest, I'm really concerned about the situation with the Fae. I feel like I need to do something, and if Fenris is offering protection for her children, she seemed really protective of the other Lycans. I'm wondering if maybe if I become a werewolf, maybe that will mean that protection extends to me.
I mean, isn't Tempest your protection though? Tempest Guild?
Got us.
Sounds a bit cheap, don't it? They're not putting much trust in your friends.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, I'm only new here, so I can say these things. Yeah.
well, the Fae are they're pretty scary, and we don't really know what we're up against.
But
I know that too often. Don't worry about that. I've encountered a Fae or two in my past, so I'm very aware.
I mean, that's what we're dealing with right now. We're up against the Frost Giants. They're pretty scary. We don't know what we're up against, but we're going to battle it together as a team.
Yep, that's true. I'm still thinking about it. I haven't made a decision either way.
That's fine. Oh, Harry, you've survived. You're okay.
Yeah,
You're safe.
that vodka hit me harder than I thought.
Oh, did it? The character
Oh,
did you? Huh?
shit.
Oh.
Yeah, I was just out of it for the last 30 seconds.
Oh, I thought
You have been sipping that a bit. I'll
Oh,
be honest.
no. Are you
And you
calling
are
it
quite
vodka? Is that the pun we're going for?
Wow.
Sorry.
I don't
just
have anything
occurred.
better, so
That's why I said no. I know.
What about
Oh, no.
we can even make like a little fun thing for it rather than lean, like you're drinking lean. It's keen. You're getting keen for the day.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
what
Orange
happened to you?
fairy. Oh, we just joked that the wind picked you up and blew you away. You're okay now.
Eagle comes, picks me up, and carries me away with the wind.
As Harry sort of like pulls himself over a snowdrift, moving close to one of the thermal cubes, you watch as Lyra holds it out to your hands, Harry, as you warm your hands against it. The wind is still biting, it is still cold, but these lessen the effect somewhat. You will all have advantage on your survival checks to avoid, constitution saving throws, I should say, to avoid suffering ill effects from being out in the blizzard, exposed out in the blizzard.
Nice.
That was good. That was very much worth going and dealing with the salamanders, because otherwise you would have only had one cube. So that was very, very worth it.
Okay. Well, I guess
One
we'll
Grim
just
rolling a 31 helped too. Fucking Grim. Plus 13 Arcana. Goddamn.
I guess we'll follow the wolves.
Yeah, sounds
Perfect.
like a plan.
As you begin to make your way following the wolves, it is very hard to keep sight of them. The wolves move quickly over the terrain, far quicker than you guys can. But some force, probably Fenris, has compelled them to stay close to you. And occasionally you watch as the wolves stop and impatiently wait for you to catch up. Every time this happens, you can see the wolves begin to grow restless. They don't want to be here any longer than you are. But as your journey through the wastes continues, I'm going to need 2 checks. So this is where we're kind of entering a bit of a skill area. So essentially, as you're traversing this wilderness, you are moving through dense woodland, narrow game trails, and very, very intense biting winds from the blizzard. I'm going to need a constitution saving throw from everybody. And in addition, if you could let me know if there are any things you're trying to do to help with your journey across these lands, whether it is looking for the trail, whether it's like pulling down some bark to make snowshoes, whatever you are doing, let me know what it is, and I will factor that into the DC for both the Constitution save and for the ongoing progression as you move through this area. So we're doing like a series of skill. If we were playing Cosme, this would be an endeavor, and there's a number of successes and a number of failures that we will accrue. Harry.
Wouldn't the snow be melting from the cube within that radius? Because 35
It's not quick
degrees
enough.
would be enough to...
But it's not, but like snow, it can be at 35 degrees, but the snow won't melt instantly. Only the very top layer of snow melts because the way that heat is transferred from a point.
I mean, the snow coming from the
absorbed.
top.
But again, it's not melted instantly. The wind is moving it so quickly. The snow doesn't instantly melt. Otherwise, you'd be pelted with freezing rain, which is way worse. You can argue that if you like, but it's like, imagine there's like a sphere of 15 foot sphere around you that is warmer than everything else. The snow is moving so fast, it hits that. Some of it blasts into you, the rest of it moves on. It doesn't melt instantly. It's not like a sudden barrier, not like it was before. When the cubes aren't aligned.
More like a mobile heater.
Yeah, exactly right.
Do these cubes need fuel?
You don't know. You haven't asked Grim that. Do you want to ask Grim?
No, Harry doesn't want to ask. Harry asks Niles, and then asks if Niles wants to ask Grim.
Why don't you want to talk to Grim? Oh, right. No, I remember now.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't even here for that session, but yeah, no, I think, yeah.
Yeah, even Niles is kind of like, why don't you? Oh, yes. I'll ask. Grim.
Hello.
Do these cubes have a fuel source by any chance?
Yes. They're full of magic. If we need, I can top them up with spell slots.
Oh, Harry, that's what they have. That's the fuel source, magic.
Oh, that makes sense. I mean, I got spell slots as well, so I guess I could fill them up as well if you. But
yes, any magic would do. Any magical energy that you possess could be used to refill the cubes. We've got about 8 hours on them for now. I think that'll be sufficient.
Oh, that's
Harry is silently feeling proud because he knows he can recover his spell slots on a short rest, and Grim can't.
Grim is silently smug because he knows he can consume Harry's spell slots whenever he
all 2 of them.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah. I guess Harry just puts his hood over and toughs it out.
Yeah, I think Niles initially probably just defaults to some monk training, so he kind of like closes his eyes and sort of just like tries to like, I guess, like not necessarily ignore, but like kind of falls back on that training of being like exposed to the elements, like, and then also like being an Owlin as well, like flying at very high altitudes. Like he is used to cold to a degree as well. Probably not to like the level that this is, but you know, it's not completely out of the ordinary to feel.
Feathers are very protective, very insulating against the cold.
Right.
Like, I mean, especially the thick downy
there are
feathers.
certain owls that live in snow areas.
Yeah, absolutely.
Snowy owls.
And rabbits as well.
I didn't want to say snowy owls, but yes, snowy owls.
Having said
Literally,
that,
Bart is the snowy barn owl.
Well, there you go. Exactly.
You go.
Oh, I was just going to say, adding to the sort of thematic stuff that people are doing, Cassius is losing a battle trying to light his cigar because it's so windy. He's just in a constant battle of trying to like light this cigar. He gets it going once, it goes out, he keeps it up, and he's just constantly,
How does everyone help with our journey's travel? I would like to have some good nicotine. That's how.
What was the other check, Owen?
I'll need a con check from everybody, and then whatever
would
else
like
you'd
to
like to do to assist.
Yeah, I'd like to do some stuff because you said what we're doing might give bonuses to the rolls, correct? Yeah.
So we're entering what's known as an endeavor. I'm stealing this directly from the Cosmere RPG because I fucking love it. So I have written up little boxes for how many successes you need and what will happen of each success, and if there's any failures, what consequences come from each failure. So depending on how many successes and failures you get, that will determine the narrative and mechanical consequences of passing off or failing this endeavor. So think about it as like you've got a 6-hour hike through the snow ahead of you. What are you doing during that time to help make it easier on you or the party?
Bart, out of the people that we are traveling with, losing Thrain is one of the few people that I think, as far as I can remember, is strength focused.
I'm very strength focused.
Okay, great.
I'm a fighter. I'm a fighter still. I got 18 strength.
Perfect. With both of us, then, or Bart will at least be doing this. Proficiency in athletics is just going to be trying to use that for some of the more less physical individuals, Grim and Harry, people that are a bit lighter. It's going to be harder for them to maybe push through the thick wind, the thick snow, climbing up over different ledges, things like that. So it's just going to be attempting to, anytime an ally is in need, almost like his aura starting to take on form, even with his actions, is just going to continuously be helping friends keep up.
Okay, I think that would fall under. I mean, I'd be allowing either a charisma or a dexterity check. I'm thinking it probably falls under, because it's like you're doing like a bit of like a leadership style thing here. It's a shame there's not a leadership skill. Now I'm getting confused with Cosme. I'd say probably, but if you wanted to roll a acrobatics, athletics for the physicality of it, or if you wanted to roll persuasion, doesn't really fit. Maybe performance, but it's not. You know what I mean? Like you're using like the acrobatics of your performance, the dancing to like grab people.
My persuasion and performance and charisma stuff is better, but I didn't think it made sense either. I wanted to use that athletics, so I'll do that because that made sense. I wanted to take advantage of my bigger build.
If you're helping out the back, I got a really good Constitution save, and I got proficiency in athletics as well. So maybe I could be a bit more at the front, just making it easier for the others behind me. Obviously, I'm almost acting like a plow in a way.
Right, so you're sort of flattening the ground, pushing up against it. Maybe you like tear a hunk of tree branch.
I might even grab like a shield or something that I have, and then just sort of keep it like here, and then just start pushing my way through, almost like literally like a plow.
Yeah, nice. Okay, perfect. Can I also
make
get
it
an athletics
easier
check from you?
Yes.
25 from Bart's.
Fuck yeah, Bart.
Yes.
25 is fantastic. That is absolutely a success, and it's not just a success; it's a success with
I rolled a 5,
bonus.
but it is still a 13. Sorry.
13 is a success, but not a success with a bonus, just a standard success. 25 is a success with a bonus.
I rolled a 5. I'll take a success.
Yeah, 13 is not bad since rolling a 5. At the front, Cassius, it is hard work pushing through this snow. You do have a shield 25. That you're pushing through, but it is rough going. But at the back, with Cassius kind of making a pathway, just smashing through the snow, there is a pathway now that you can sort of follow. The rest of the team walking in front, you focus on catching the stragglers wherever they may be. Messi is also at the back.
Sorry, can I just add something? Can I have Klaus behind me? He's like a really good bushman. I don't know how to describe him, but he's an outdoorsman. I want him right behind me because I want him like scanning and giving me the optimal routes to actually push through the snow.
100%.
Decently smart. So yeah, if
you ask Klaus for help with that, he will give you help. That is advantage.
And I think using him like that would be really handy because he would know these lands better than anyone and how to get 100%. Through them better. So let's do that again. Look, it's an 11, so it's 19. A little better.
That's much better. That is a success with a bonus, Cassius. With Bard and Cassius taking the front and the back, Klaus right behind Cassius. The passageway through the snow, this is making things much, much easier for all of you. Harry and Niles, is there anything you'd be doing to help out with the rest of the party? Even if it's like keeping watch for danger, spying out avenues, keeping an eye on the wolves.
We definitely need stuff like that.
That's kind of what Harry does anyway. So
Niles is a bit the same. In terms of trying to keep warm and also kind of trying to just endure the elements. I guess there is that monk focus that Niles is falling back on a little bit, but also in kind of in the way he's walking. He's taking a bit of a different approach to the more strength-oriented characters and trying to be a little bit more deliberate and dexterous with his movements, trying not to exert a lot of the pressure or a lot of energy. So I guess being super deliberate and almost walking in almost like a dance, I guess across the snow, being as light-footed as he possibly can. I guess kind of falling back a little bit on that monk training. Niles can run across water if he really wants. So this is kind of he's kind of leveraging that a little bit. And I guess being able to do that, he's also sort of using his faculties to do that, but also kind of keeping an eye out, I guess, not having to do as much physicality in terms of the environment. He's sort of, kind of cruising along, but keeping a keen eye out for any dangers or any potential threats along the I guess the line that we're walking in.
100%.
And also, just quickly, you also have 15 feet roughly. Obviously, you don't want to get picked up by the winds, but you can sometimes just quickly shoot up, have a quick look as well.
Yeah, I guess Niles is probably a little bit
Pretty hard.
careful
with these
about
winds.
that. He's
gonna say
more
right
probably
now-
using.
in the blizzard, it's going to be very hard for the Owlin to fly.
Hey,
Yeah.
you know more about your flight capabilities than I do.
Yeah, Niles is probably not too keen on flying. Again, he would know, even during very heavy storms, it's very dangerous as an Owlin.
You could lose. You could lose and break a wing in this weather,
Absolutely.
Niles, easily.
Yeah,
this
that's
is
fair
very dangerous weather. It is a proper blizzard. We're talking like 70 to 80 kilometer an hour winds when they gust. Like, this is rough.
If anything, Niles is probably using his wings more to maybe just buffer against the wind, or like just stop it from
Almost
immediately
like make a
maybe
little
hitting.
wedge in front of you. And,
Yeah, kind of
Yeah.
using his wings to sort of block out some of the elements, I suppose.
Yeah.
And sort of allow himself to perhaps get a better visibility without being buffeted too much by the wind. So kind of like using it as a bit of a protection barrier.
Nice. So Harry, I'll get a perception or investigation.
Does Harry wear shoes?
That's up to you. I
Okay,
didn't
imagine he
include
wear
them.
boots, right?
I didn't include them in the artwork, but to be fair, the artwork is your like ocean gear when you're like moving around the south of Oceania, which is much more like Mediterranean climate. So, good question. It's up to you. I would say probably you have snow boots on Harry.
I think Harry would be wearing boots.
Yeah, you'd lose your feet in this cold.
Yeah. I guess so. The question is, when we step in the snow, how soft is it? Like, how far are we sinking in?
So without Cassius at the front pushing it aside, it's waist deep at most places. But with Cassius forging a bit of a pathway, you're sinking up to your ankles pretty consistently.
Okay, well, I think
alright.
Harry.
Mid leg as well.
You just
I
see
think-
Cassius every now and again just looking at you guys and doing like finger guns and stuff, being like, I got you.
I can roll a perception check for that.
Yeah,
I was gonna
I think Harry would be doing the same with checking every now and again. But I think Harry might even be walking on all fours, like kind of like a rabbit kind of
Oh yeah.
hop thing, just to kind of save energy, have more stability, be a bit lighter on his feet on any given point on the snow as well, and so he doesn't sink in as much. If he can try to avoid that to distribute his weight.
It's a great idea, actually.
Yeah. Keep the weight distribution. Absolutely.
Yeah, but then every now and again, just kind of doing hairy things like climbing up on someone, having a quick look, and going down. And
I have a question. Does that feel more comfortable for Harry to move in this way?
That's a good question. I think it feels more stable, and I think he can like move quiet. I like to think that maybe when he's like stealthing around, he is kind of on all fours, like a ninja style, like on rooftops kind of thing. But he's when he walks, he's kind of like flapping his feet kind of thing, like the So I think it's probably more stable and probably quieter.
It's kind of like how seals, when they're outside of water, they're kind of just goofy, but then when they're in the water, they're like fucking missiles. That's how I'm imagining Harry when he goes on all fours. It's just like boom.
Leopard seals go from being like these adorable little fat things to like dangerous killers in the water. You watch a leopard seal go from being on land to in the water. You're like, oh, you're an apex predator. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's my thinking.
I see it now.
Yeah.
I thought you were just a water doggo, but actually there's a bit more to it than that.
Yeah.
Nice. So, guys, your checks are fucking phenomenal. 25 for the athletics check from Bartholomew, 19 for the athletics check from Cassius, 26 for the perception check from Niles, 21 for the perception check from Harry. All of those are successes with bonuses. So, your constitution saves. This changes the DC a little bit. Constitution saves were 15 for Niles, 12 for Harry, 23 for Cassius, and 25 for Bartholomew.
Yeah. Bartholomew was rolling pretty hard.
We're just bossing through this storm.
Harry and Niles, if you want, you can spend one of the bonuses. You've got 4 bonuses. You can spend one of the bonuses to re-roll your constitution save and take the higher number if you would like. Leave you with 2 bonuses.
Harry's is pretty low, so up to Harry.
I think it's worth it. Also, just something to consider. Considering I'm moving in and amongst all of my companions, is it okay to say that over the course of this journey they have my my aura?
Yes.
So a +4 to everyone as well.
Oh, okay.
That takes Harry up to a 16.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. That's cool.
Would in that case, I would be happy if you did want to re-roll, I would be happy for you to, because that would bring you up to 16, which is maybe still
Yeah, I don't mind a reroll.
it's still good, but like
If it's just Harry, you still have 3 bonuses. The bonuses, there's a known thing you can spend it on. There's an unknown thing that you'll also potentially get. With
I think I'm happy with 16 and the fact that it's a long trek anyway. So
It's probably better. If
ourselves,
one of us rolled below 10, it's probably good to hold on to some of that.
100%.
So we don't want to break a leg, with a 1 or something.
Yeah.
You still take the high number anyway, Harry. You still take the high number anyway. So if you roll again, Dave, we still would stick with the 12.
I think that holds for now. I think
Cool.
16's
In that
not
case-
too bad though. With the aura.
with the
In that case, then I'll bank
That's very
all of those. Bank all of those bonuses, and we'll get the hidden value of them. The journey is long and arduous. The wind unrelenting, the snow unstopping. But eventually, as you reach the edge of the woodland, you find the area before you, the landscape changing rapidly from dense forests to rising plains, this enormous stretching tundra, thick with snow. Except for the pathway, winding its way through, raised up, not sunken into the land, but raised up on stilts to go high above the snow layer, built to help navigate through this area. As the wolves lead you towards its pathway, you can see them growing more and more impatient. Outside the protection of the tree line, less interested in sticking around and helping you. But as you make your way over towards the pathway, you can see signs that someone has been along here within the last few days. Footprints are gone, but the oil lanterns hanging at regular intervals, one of them is still lit. Despite the wind, despite the crushing cold, enough oil and the glass casing that is protecting this lantern has kept the fire burning. As Klaus rushes forwards and presses his hands against it, checks the level of oil inside.
Aye, the spellcasters, they've definitely been this way. Some of our mages. These lanterns are only meant to be lit when the lighthouse is manned. We turn them on and off and then fill them up as we travel. They're up ahead. The wolves have let us through. We've missed some of the major towns along the way, though. This pathway has taken us fully cross-country. Partly torn.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. I understand. The quicker we can get this dealt with, the sooner my people will be safe. Just wish I just hope we haven't lost anyone. Hope we haven't missed anything along the way.
Look, the quicker we get this done, the quicker everyone will be, like you said, safe. So
Aye.
getting this over as quick as possible, that will be the best way to get as, lower the casualty rate, I suppose. So let's just keep pushing on. The faster we move, the more lives we save, my friend.
As you begin to move towards the pathway, you watch as the wolves slowly begin to turn. And then a howl rings out across the forests. You watch as one of the wolves, the timber wolf, sits back and answers this low, mournful cry, rising even over the blizzard before dying down once again. You watch as Messai kind of cocks his head, listening for a moment, and then the two wolves vanish back into the forest, leaving you behind. You watch as Messai sighs and turns towards the lot of you. I don't know exactly what they were saying, but it sounds like they've been called back. Not sure why. But I guess we're close enough now that we don't need their guidance anymore.
Owen, can I ask a quick question? I wasn't here when I obviously met the big wolf.
Yeah.
How have all the wolves, Fenris and Messai, how have they all taken the fact that I have like a wolf pelt on my armor?
No, Messai doesn't have any issue with it. The wolves didn't seem to worry too much. Cassius,
I just thought that then.
The wolves are just wolves. I mean, they're intelligent. They're following Fenris's guidance, but they're not that intelligent. And to them, they'd eat you.
And that's how Fenris sort of took it as well. At the end of the day,
She didn't even bat an eyelid, didn't even blink.
yeah, obviously,
if he'd been wearing a
I'm trying to think of
lichen,
it.
if he killed and skinned a lichen, she might have had some problems with it. But,
Okay, so that's
but a
little bit
regular
different.
wolf,
No, awesome. Oh, good.
she's an ancient like spirit, ancient animal representation of the wolf, the idea of the wolf. I mean, she's been hunting and killing things for thousands of years. Her children have hunted and killed things for thousands of years. This is primal nature spirit stuff. They don't give a shit about this. They don't care.
Awesome.
She was chill
Love
AF.
it.
So.
The overriding
Love it.
sense from Fenris was, you are all nothing to her. She's not afraid of you. You can't hurt her, so she doesn't really care. She was very blasé, even more so than Meloran. Meloran still cares. Meloran loves people, in a way. Fenris just didn't care. She cares about
We're
her
just
children.
We're just
the
children to
lichens.
her, really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's so old.
specs.
You mean nothing. You're
It's a
there
dust.
and gone. I mean, she was quite dismissive of the giants, a bit contemptuous of the giants even. She sort of looked down on them a bit, seemed to see them as lesser. That kind of gives you an idea of where humans fit in that timeline.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
she
right,
said
no.
that she and her siblings were Anam's first children. The giants were not. So clearly there's something going on there.
Whoa. Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Yo.
cool. Like that little bit.
That's
like
that's
that little
cool. I didn't know that either. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was one of the things that they were talking about. She mentioned that she and her siblings, the other great beasts, were Anam's first children.
Hey. That's a different angle, actually. We've been so focused on the giants, we haven't even considered the great beasts. How can we be so foolish?
There's actually it is worth going and listening back, Matt. There was a lot of discussion about a lot of questions about her history and her understanding of Anam and what happened. And she shared some stuff that
Oh yeah,
the party didn't. Yeah, that was new information, I would say.
I will.
Um,
I will listen back to that in my own time.
Yeah. There was some interesting stuff there for sure.
Interesting.
For sure. For Harry as well.
Mhm.
But no one knows.
No one knows. Only Harry. Yeah.
That's it.
The
I think
pathway.
Figment knows, actually.
You don't know if Figment knows or not.
Mm.
She spoke only to your mind, Harry.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The pathway before you. Imagine an enormous open plain, occasionally dotted with tiny scrubs, small pine trees, and things like that growing up, but mostly open and covered in a thick layer of snow. Rising up from it is a boardwalk, massive wooden planks erected along, following this snaking pathway across what in summer is probably a massive marsh when the snow melts, but now in winter is a huge snowfield. The boardwalk has enormous poles with the lanterns hanging from them, rising up from the snow, so that you always kind of know where you're walking, to make sure that you can see your pathway through the snow, no matter how thick the snow might fall. But with a blizzard having raged for the last week, even this boardwalk is now partially under a layer of snow. As you follow the passageway with your eyes, eventually, as it gets towards the top of the rise, it just looks like poles rising from the snow, floating in this ethereal frozen landscape. What's interesting, though, as you've cleared the tree line, the snow has begun to fall slower, thicker, the wind beginning to die down a little bit, but the cold increasing rapidly.
Oh shit.
It is freezing. Around the cubes, you're much better, though.
Hmm. All right.
And that's what you see in front of you. You watch
we
his
push on?
class. Yeah, you watch his class sort of turns to the rest of you. He goes, "What's the plan? We're going to carry on the lighthouse. We've entered the pathway. This area here, Coldridge Road, it should take us maybe an hour or two to cross, but we should be at the lighthouse fairly soon. We'll be able to see it before too long if the weather holds like this. You'll hear the waves crashing soon enough as well. We're near the coastline now. This
I was
pathway
actually going
curves
to
over towards the northeast."
Yeah, to ask, from where we are right now, is the tower closer, or would we also be equally close to the Bay of Ice?
I mean, from here, the Bay of Ice is just due east. We're not that far at all from it. If you imagine, I'll bring you across the map so you can see the world map. How about that?
Yeah, no.
If you imagine the Bay of Ice as an enormous bay that stretches from the north to the northeast across the top of the ridge. I'll ping where we are. So, the northernmost point is where Coldridge Lighthouse is located. It's at the top, leftmost tip of the Bay of Ice. It looks over the bay itself. I mean, where we are here, we're sort of at the edge of the marsh area. The Bay of Ice would be sort of due northeast. Coldridge Lighthouse due north, maybe northwest.
If I know it may make things more difficult for us, but the stories that your people mentioned of the Great Galley, the fact that we've heard that the giants made their way through the Bay of Ice when they were returning home, that's the area, supposedly, according to history, that they made long ships. I would like to get a look at it on our way to the tower. If we could divert somewhat northeast and then travel northwest along the coastline to the tower.
It's not much of a diversion. We can take the coast road to the lighthouse. Just means we'll have to climb up a rather perilous, slippery staircase when we get to the other end. But if you want to go past the bay, I mean, it'll save us from trudging through snow. Coastline.
Not even just for the things that it might save us from, but like I mentioned, with lacking of information, we might learn something there that's important to us. I would like to go at least, but it's not my choice. I'll look to the rest of the party.
So, just quickly, going to the bay. I did, my ADHD kicked in. What do you want to go to the bay for again, sorry?
No, that's okay. So in previous sessions, even stuff that you haven't been here for, so it's not ADHD too much. It mentioned that that's the location that they used to make their long ships. According to some of the lore that we just learned today, there's like nursery rhymes or like myths of a great giant epic long ship that they all moved in together. And the bay is also supposedly where they walked towards, or where they traveled through, like the ice froze over and they were walking along the surface of the ocean, which is pretty fucking badass. But they were like walking through the Bay of Ice as well. So we know they've been there. We know it's an important location for them, for the long ships. So Bart just wants to go along there in case either one, maybe they're there and not even at the tower, or two, maybe at least finding some useful information on the way to the tower.
Cool. No, that does sound good.
I mean, I think any information we can gather is useful, but we can't linger there too long, Bart. The elements are getting quite treacherous. Unless we were to hunker down for the night, use the Learman's hut again.
Well, no, taking a look at the map, I don't... And Klaus seems to be vouching for this. I don't think it should be too much of a diversion. It's more just the route that we're taking. I just want to, I guess, veer a bit to the right.
It's just a detour for a little bit, I suppose. And like you said, knowledge is important. So maybe we should go and have a quick look. It can't hurt, I suppose.
It's really not. In terms of a detour, I wouldn't even classify it as a serious detour. It's the same path. We're heading the same direction. It's whether you go left or right, take the high road or the low road.
Well, in that case, I don't see a problem.
Decision made, and yeah, it sounds like a good idea.
Yes.
Famous last words.
Yeah. This is good for me because I had there's a little branching point off this. You would have come to a crossroads if you'd taken the pathway here that would have led down towards this area anyway. You've just preempted my question that was going to be like 20 minutes into your journey anyway, and that was literally going to be, which direction do you want to go? Do you want to take the coastal route or do you want to take the overland track? And it changes which map we move to later on. So that's what I want to do.
Nice.
Sounds like the coastal route. Sweet.
Well, we'll be going whatever way that is for the lake.
Alrighty. With that, as you begin to deviate from the pathway, moving away from the wooden boards, Lyra sort of testing them with her foot and being like, yeah, these are really fucking slippery. Frozen wood. She like kicks it a few times and then wanders away, following the rest of you. As you make your way down towards the coastline, the landscape changes again.
no longer flat tundra, but now rocky shore. The stones in this area, the landscape there's an oddness to it. Pillars rise from the ground in increasing frequency, these hexagonal pillars of a black stone basalt that as you slowly begin to move closer and closer towards the coastline begin to increase in frequency. In our world, imagine the Giant's Causeway in England. If you haven't Googled it, Google Giant's Causeway right now, just so you get the visual image of what I'm talking about. These enormous hexagonal pillars of various heights and sizes rising from the coastline, rising from the sea to form this landscape that looks very eerie and very unnatural. It's caused, I think, by a volcanic buildup of minerals in certain quantities, and it forms these like crystalline structures. I'm remembering correctly.
That's right.
Sick, right?
It's a Catan board.
Right?
I mean, if we're talking about
It's
stuff
a
like this real quick,
board.
if we're talking about like that stuff real quick, I just watched a little video on Macquarie Island, which is interesting as well. That's literally like just an island just up above like Antarctica near us. And it's the only place, it's a unique island because it's the only island where it's like made up of material that's 6 Ks normally under the ocean. So normally
Right.
it's like on the seafloor.
Is like
but
an edge of
because
tectonic
coming-
plate that's been like pushed up or something.
Yes, it has
Yeah.
been pushed up, exactly. And you can go there and you can actually basically stand at the seafloor, but be dry.
That's cool. That's really sick.
It is really cool. So that was just a little tie into your little Giant's Causeway. So continue.
No, I love it. This is
This is giving me
Go.
It's where they. Is this where they did the Iron Isles in Game of Thrones?
Probably.
Probably. Yeah.
It's been used in a lot of fantasy stuff. I mean, it is a fantasy setting, the Giant's Causeway. Like when you look at this, you're like, this isn't real. It looks so unnatural. Hexagonal pillars rising from the ground all around you. That cannot be real. No, it is. It's really cool. Super, super cool geological feature. Yeah, I mean, and this is as you begin to move down, but imagine this, but far more black volcanic sand, and in places obsidian breaking, these obsidian crystals breaking through the black basalt, forming this very eerie landscape, especially covered in the snow, as you see these glimpses of dark purple and dark blacks pushing through the very white, pristine snow. The pathway begins to lead down. Klaus having to take the lead for this bit, Cassius, as he guides you through a very difficult and very hard to locate track that heads down towards the coastline. As you begin to draw closer, the wind is dying down even more as you approach the sea. And Klaus, you can see, is distracted, confused. Yet every so often he sort of stops and listens, shakes his head and continues walking. After about the third time he does this, Lyra sort of calls out and goes, Klaus, what's wrong? You should be able to see this. You should be able to hear the sea by now, lass. I'm worried I've taken us on a wrong turn. We should be able to hear it by now. The coastline here is wild. The waves smash against it. Confused by the wind dying down as we get close to the coast as well. The wind's always worse over the ocean. The land...
It couldn't have frozen over, could it?
No, it's
Doesn't
cold.
really
but
explain.
it's not that cold. Surely.
Has the wind died down, you said, sorry?
Yeah, the wind is getting calmer as you move towards the ocean. As you move away towards the west, towards the east.
Didn't you say before that the giants crossed the ocean?
Aye, that's
There
the
was
story,
sightings of
lad, but it's a tale. It's not true, and that's a long time ago. The sea hasn't been.
I mean, in my experience, a lot of these stories are true. So,
Oh,
perhaps it's
sure,
not true.
but like in the way that kids' stories are true, right? Like when they say they crossed the ocean, they don't mean physically walked. I know they say that in the story, but they probably used a boat or something. The story gets improved and changed with every retelling. I know I embellished it when I was telling my nephews. I added a white dragon.
He's not wrong.
Every story's better with a
some of the
dragon.
giants tend to... They have sagas and stuff too, I'm sure. Probably didn't
Aye,
all
a saga.
transpire as it
Aye,
happened.
lad, a saga. That's the word for it. Aye. Stories, tales.
With the with the heating gems that we have now, the wind's starting to die down. But Bart is going to summon Kong Chi just to his side.
Oh, so but just so you know, even though the wind is dying down, the temperature is dropping rapidly. It's really, really bizarre. It's
never
getting colder and
mind.
colder, but the wind is getting less and less. It's almost, I mean, look, I'm going to say at this point, Bart, as you think this through, it's now getting too cold for snow to form.
cool.
Huh.
Oh wow.
The ice
Wait.
crystals are forming in different ways, so you need to have there's a range of temperature in which ice crystals will form and expand into snow. Yeah.
It's interesting that you're saying it's getting cold as we get there, and it's interesting because once a massive storm passes over you and you get to the eye of the storm, it's very calm.
Yes,
so
it is.
maybe that's what we're coming up against.
This is instant childhood flashbacks to the first time that I watched the day after tomorrow.
Yeah, day after tomorrow. Yeah.
Look, the
there
library
is-
and it starts coming up.
It is. Look, it is very possible that my subconscious is drawing upon that for inspiration for this section because I loved that movie as a kid. It's very possible.
Okay, well, yeah, rather than summoning Kong Chi, this is actually probably more ominous and more frightening for Bart.
It is unnatural.
Look, we've arrived to the bay, right?
Yeah, as you begin to make your way down, you can't quite see the ocean yet. There's still a sort of small rise that you have to crest. But I mean, look, it's like 10 minutes walk. As you begin to sort of discuss this and get closer and closer, there is no sound from the ocean. It is eerily silent. What you do notice, especially Harry and Niles with their perception checks, keeping an eye out.
Is there any seabirds or anything like that, by the way?
Oh, you just anticipated my exact next thing.
Sorry.
Lining the pathway, frozen, are the bodies of birds, small animals, insects.
It's too cold for them?
Frozen. They have been frozen to death.
Oh, they have been frozen.
They have been frozen. The bodies frozen, half buried under snow. And along the shore, as you crest the rise, there are a few things you see. The sea has frozen over. No waves crash along the shore. It is completely solid ice. The gravel beach, this dark black obsidian gravel beach, is dotted with the carcasses of whales, dolphins, sharks, other creatures, seals that have frozen, beached themselves and frozen in the storm.
I just look over at at All-Mate, and I'm just like, yes, impossible.
Maybe there's more towards this.
Yeah,
Okay, fine.
Harry looks at him as if to say, "I told you so."
Yeah.
And the conservationist in me is like appalled. So many dead animals.
Terrible.
This
is an extinction event.
This is an extinction event. This is an ecological disaster.
This is like the Ice Age being started. Oh my god, they're starting an Ice Age.
How far do you think we are until
They're starting a worldwide Ice Age. Oh shit.
What was your question, Christian? Sorry.
Klaus, how far away? Timeline-wise, how far are we from the tower?
Maybe an hour.
You can see it in the distance as he points up towards the headland. Over towards your left, you can see rising from the cliff face, more of those hexagonal stone pillars rising up around it, is a enormous lighthouse, constructed, cut from the same stones that are quarried, that are natural to this area. The lighthouse is this dark black, painted with stripes of white and this brilliant, almost glowing sort of golden color designed to catch the light and reflect it as much as possible. The upper floor of the lighthouse is gone. You can see there are scorch marks rising down. The lighthouse probably should have stood maybe 8-9 stories tall. It now stands at 4. Massive cracks from the top moving all the way down to the base. It is almost like it's been sheared. And as you follow Klaus's finger, you can see shattered at the cliff face, just visible, sections of that top part of the lighthouse. The light occasionally still flickering on and off, shining up from the base of the cliff up towards the sky. The magic still powering it, but fading.
Priorities, feathers.
By
This
the
is-
Laura. Fuck.
This is disastrous. We need to find out what happened. We need to get there quickly. If there's any survivors, they could be in terrible danger.
No, we need to go slow a little bit too. Look what happened here. No, that doesn't normally happen. So we have to take it. Yes, I agree. We need to help people. But at the same time, we need to be heads on swivels. We don't
Cassius.
know what is around here.
Cassius is right. We need to stay together as well. We can't.
We need to go into this as well. Like you said, information is important, power. So let's, as we go through, let's look at things, observe, and let's see if we can pick apart some of this stuff as we get down further.
We need to stay in pairs as well. We need to make sure that we are in close proximity to the cubes. I don't think anything could survive out in these elements unless they are, well, hey, look at the animals there. And
Just be aware, though, I will say this. There might have to come a time, we might have to be careful. We might have to turn the cubes off at times, depending on hostile elements. We don't know what is out there, and if we have these cubes on, it could potentially alert our presence to other things, just in case. I don't know. Like, we're going to be careful
don't
there.
like the sounds of turning
I'm saying we keep it on, of course. I know we keep it on, but we might just admit to ourselves that we might have to turn it off in certain situations.
I look at the
Be
frozen birds and I'm just like, hoot.
It's more like keep it off for like half a sec, like 30 seconds if there's like a patrol.
Yeah,
party or something.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Niles is still not.
Harry has a flashback to a frozen Niles.
Yeah.
True.
Klaus, you lead the way. Let's also not forget, finally, we came along the bay to look for signs of giants, longboats. Keep your eyes peeled.
Yes.
Bart's not good at it, but as we stop for just a brief moment, he is going to lean down and pick up one of the smaller birds. And then as we begin walking again, I'd like to just like... I know it's obvious, but I also don't like that in case maybe we're not looking into it enough. That we're assuming they died by the cold, and I would like to just do a medicine check just to confirm that this isn't more than that, and we're just making assumptions.
As you pick up the frozen body of a puffin.
Well, I'd like to give the advantage as well to it, just in case it could help.
Yeah.
So, like, I might even bring out some tools and stuff, just to like even like do a little quick autopsy.
Yeah, 100%. As you look over the frozen body of the puffin, Bartholomew, medicine check, please. With advantage from help from Cassius.
Dunker. I'm not good at it, but that's a natural 20 for a 19 with my -1.
That's pretty good.
That's hilarious because it comes up as a 0 on roll 20.
Yeah, it's 20. It's 20 plus null.
It's nulled out because of the advantage. Just, I reckon, don't worry about the advantage. Just roll it twice, because otherwise roll 20 really gets confused with the 2d20s and then picking the highest. Yeah, we'll do
I
it
got
as
a natural 20-0.
a natural 0. I mean, you just eat the puffin with a natural 0. No, a natural 20. As you look over its bodies, Bart, over its body, you can see that it has very much. It has frozen, and more importantly, it has almost snap frozen. This creature was subjected to rapidly dropping temperatures. There are signs of strain, like it was trying to get away from something. Petechiae around the beak, small blood vessels around the eyes, some severe physical stress that it went through before it froze. It's subtle, but you know what to look for.
That's sad.
Okay. I guess the silver lining is it looks like the ice did kill this. As we're all walking, I'll just sort of mention this in the background as people are looking out for other threats and dangers. It doesn't seem like, however, this was the decreasing in temperature. It seems like it was an instant moment, and there was maybe fear. The creature seemed to have signs of struggle.
I mean, technically, it was a drop in temperature, just a very sudden one.
I'm not sure if that's because of the opening, however, or possibly some sort of icy attack. We know that the ice giants are here. We also have suspicions, very, very, very high suspicions that there may be ice devils involved as well. I don't know if they're to blame, but I don't. This just means that possibly we might not have to worry about something slow, but something instead quick and fast. So just be alert.
As you're moving through the area, still sticking to the pathway, not moving down onto the beach yet, correct? Still sort of staying away from the gravel beach and the washed up carcasses.
Well, we've been keeping up. I think we're actually sort of letting. Like I remember Bart saying Klaus sort of.
yeah.
I'll be up with the air with Klaus, no doubt. But he is probably the most yet again proficient in the area.
As Klaus begins to move forwards, you watch as he sort of pauses for a second, holds up his hand, and then gestures for you all to drop down to the ground. As you drop low, hiding behind the edge of the stone pillars, these rising basalt pillars, you watch as Klaus nods and points down towards the shoreline. Sound of something scraping emerges from the distance, and then you watch as an enormous figure rises from behind the body of a beached whale. 20 feet tall, blue skin, white hair, wielding a hunting knife, long white beard tied into a series of braids with beads and crystals woven into them. You see an ice giant, a frost giant, carving off sections of whale blubber. You watch as he rolls them up and places them in a pouch at his hip before turning and looking towards the north. Slowly begins to stride away, his feet crunching into the ice and the gravel as it does so.
Oh, yeah.
Towards the north?
Yeah,
Is that towards the lighthouse?
Yeah.
Towards the lighthouse. Okay.
Oh.
Bart's going to shout out as he turns to leave and run.
Okay.
Maybe friendly for the most
Whoa,
part.
whoa. Wait, you're... I would probably, I was pretty adamant on being, cautious, so I think I might even try and catch you if I can.
Well, we've got
Okay.
one here. That's fine. You can contest. In Bart's mind, we've got one here by itself.
You know, you didn't really talk. Have you shouted yet? I'm just gonna sort of have a quick.
I assume Bart would
What are you
stand up to shout. It's not like he's gonna be crouched behind it. So you would have some warning,
Correct.
Cassius. You'd have some warning.
It's, look, I'm gonna wait, what do you? As I say, what are you doing? Hey, do you think that's?
It's alone. Is what I'll say as I'm standing up. Probably all I get time for if you want to try to stop me.
Oh no, fuck that. Look, you guys have been going about this longer. You've survived long enough somehow. So go on.
What do you shout, Bart?
I'm gonna try to I already know that it's not perfect, but the giant that I know, learned from the mines. Hail, friend.
Can you make me? I'm gonna say this falls under. I don't want to say history, but it probably falls more under history. Dave?
Can the second Harry sees Cassius and Bart correspond, like Bart's about to do something, can Harry split off and almost hide and flank?
That's almost exactly what Niles is going to do on the opposite
Yes.
flank.
If you both want to make stealth
Harry
checks
and Niles
for
make
me.
eye contact and nod, and then they go
Yeah.
yeah.
As the sneaky boys of the group, we're just like, whoop!
Stealth
it
checks.
Yes,
Stealth
this is
checks
gonna
are
happen.
I'm
100.
the
Something's gonna
charisma boy. This is what I do.
And I'm the strength boy. I'm standing behind the charisma boy in case shit goes south.
Stealth checks for the stealth boys. Can I get a
My
history?
charisma is actually higher than my dexterity.
That's hilarious.
Look, is there any way I
Oh.
can
That
help
one
history?
Oh.
Oh my
Natural
gosh.
20 and natural 1.
That's so funny.
I can't help. I can't help with the history check. I have a +7 to it, but I don't think I can feasibly help here.
Because it's giant. He's calling upon his knowledge of the giant language.
Yeah, I don't have a.
So
don't have that knowledge.
here's what happens. As Bart stands up to call out, Harry does a roll and drops down into a little cave hidden at the edge of the area. Like literally, you
Oh my
do a
God.
little a Samus ball roll, a little Link dodge roll out of the area, disappearing below a tiny shrub. Niles goes to do the opposite and crashes into one of the pillars that's on the other side and immediately drops face first right in front of Bart as Bart stands up and goes to speak.
I'm
as
the one who
Niles.
got the net one.
Oh, it's the other way around. I'm so sorry. That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
My bad. Niles ducks and rolls. Niles, as you duck and roll, disappearing into a small cave. You watch as Harry trips over, attempting to sort of go the opposite direction, slips on an icy patch, and rolls right down in front of this little hidden area here, appearing in front of Bart, with no cover, out in the open, down onto the beach, as you crash into the carcass of a
back.
frozen dolphin,
Word.
splay against it, Harry. As Bart stands
that
up.
deserves a fuck.
Fuck.
Yeah, 100%.
Fuck.
Oh shit. Oh fuck. As Bart stands
Hail,
up and calls
friend.
out, "Hail, friend!" You watch as the giant pauses and slowly turns, looking over at the rest of you. You hear the giant call out, "Erusk arrivantor, asti."
Does Bart understand any of that basically with the giant I know?
Could I please have a history check?
Cool. I have inspiration,
Mate, you
but
are-
I want to save it for maybe not conversing and instead if this thing tries to attack. So we're just going to keep going with the fact that I don't know what the fuck he's saying.
You do hand
But
gestures. Just do hand gestures.
you recognize one word amongst that.
Mm.
And it's a word that roughly translates to there's not like a real equivalent in common, but the closest equivalent is like scum. It's a giant term of great disrespect referring to small folk. Like pathetic.
Does Lyra
Insects.
have any skills that can communicate in this situation?
Lyra's got the linking tattoo, but I think she's just used it to link to I think she used it to link to. Was it Niles? No, it must have been Bart. Must have been Bart. She used to link it to when you guys were dicking about in the cave. Oh no, no, I think it was you, Harry. I think she's linked to you, Harry, for the cave when she was going to go in and try and.
That would have been
investigate.
yesterday. That would have been yesterday, right?
That's true. She could try and do it again. Okay, the giant is unwilling, so I will have to roll a check to see if she's able to form a linking tattoo.
Oh, I mean, whether she would or wouldn't. I don't know.
well,
She probably
save
would.
some
Lyra
hassle.
often does. Yeah.
Save
You've
some
got it too.
hassle. I've got it too. I can just try that. It probably would be a smart move. It's a contested intelligence.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my inspiration.
Ooh, okay. Oh no! I've just seen your roll. That's another 7.
A natural 20!
Oh, okay. That is
There we
really
go,
lucky.
baby.
That is really lucky because I rolled a 16 plus the Frost Giant's intelligence takes it up to a 19. But a natural 20 does beat that.
Oh,
I think that's the third this session.
wow.
As you point towards the
nice.
giant, Bart, you watch as the giant immediately, eyebrows furrowed, you watch as he holds out his hand and in the air, coalescing around, ice begins to form an enormous javelin of frost.
Hail, friends. We come here in peace, both mentally and as I'm saying it at the same time, even though I know he probably doesn't fully understand what I'm saying.
As the connection forms, you watch as the giant pauses for a second, the ice spear rising as he sort of holds in place. Who are you to call friend? Small folk.
We are allies of the many different giant members of the Ordering. And we come in peace, as is the accords of the All Thing.
The all thing is broken. We do not serve the storm giants any longer. All the other giant clans.
He leans back, throws the javelin.
Okay, cool. Cool.
There were 3 things you mentioned.
Hey, look, that's it.
Any 2 of them would have been enough for him to like not be super stoked. You went for all 3. If I had a bingo card, I'd be like, tick, tick, tick. Ordning was the first one. I was like, okay.
Oh yeah, because he just said he hates the old thing, and they're just separated from it. You're like, yeah, we follow the old thing.
We serve all the giants. We
Oh,
love
he's like,
you.
Did you tell him we know Thrain?
I remember Thrain being like, I remember Thrain being very honor bound, so I was hoping that by bringing up something that he's bound to, maybe it might be like a grumpy, oh, fine, I'll listen to you. But I guess not.
It sounds like from his
Very
perspective,
rebellious.
there is no honor there in serving the all thing. It sounds like the all thing, from his perspective, is yeah. I'm going to need dexterity saving throws from everybody. Harry, yours is with disadvantage
Yep.
because you rolled
That
a
makes
natural
sense.
one.
I'm in a cave. So does this hit?
You have advantage, Niles, for your natural 20 on the stealth.
+4, all the allies,
+4.
please take it right now. You need it.
Oh, I better roll for Messiah
okay.
and Klaus.
It's not bad. It's not bad. With disadvantage, it's not bad. It's 15.
So 14 plus 4, 18. It's pretty good considering there's nothing added on that.
I've rolled a natural 1 for Klaus.
Oh wow!
Oh no.
Oh,
Wait, did
no.
I jinx it when I said if anything happens to him, we're fucked?
How many advantages can you give out with your thing? With your
He
performance?
would have it. He would have
He
it.
would have it?
Yeah. Because I do it for a couple hours when we go to sleep, a couple hours when we wake up.
Okay, that's
just
better.
as,
That's
like,
better. That's better.
making
That's better. That's better. That's better.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you know right now. If that natural 1 had applied, there is no way Klaus would have survived this. it wouldn't have happened. It's not good. This is not ideal. All
Are-
right, what are
are
our
we
checks?
gonna
We've
survive
got.
this?
What was that? Sorry. Are you
Are
going to
we
survive
gonna
this?
survive this?
You've got more HP. You've got more HP than class.
Oh, and they do have 13 temporary hit points in case it
We
helps
do.
them.
We do. We
Not
do.
just these guys, but even the
class two,
NPCs.
actually.
Yeah.
Class 2 and
Yes.
and Mesa. Okay. So
100%.
our dexterity saving throws. We've got a. Do you get the benefit from? Oh, it's already been applied. So 16 for Bart, Harry 15 for you. So 11 plus 4 for the plus 4 for the aura.
Yep.
Cassius 14 plus 4 18. Niles 28. You're fine. 24 plus 4. I better roll for Grim and Lyra. Very fun if.
If this is one of those things where it's like half damage, I don't take any damage.
You don't take any damage.
Fancy.
Evasion, baby.
Grim!
That's a 3 for
I think I'm
Grim.
one level away from that as well.
Grim's going to use his
Grim.
advantage
he's a
to roll that
wizard.
again. Yeah,
That
Grim's
makes
going to use his
sense.
advantage
Does
to roll that
he-
again.
Just FYI for Grim, I don't know
Yeah.
if he has like absorb elements or anything like that, but that might be something he might want to look at if he does have it.
He does not have absorb elements.
Well, don't
Grim
worry.
is a necromancer, and he has very much embraced his necromancy.
I mean, it's
He
fair
has,
enough.
he has absorbed life.
Is he able to
Yeah.
put
He
Jessica
does-
in
Okay.
the way of the javelin and be like, take Jessica?
he reached out and grabs Lyra. Take Lyra. She's an elf. She's a winter Eladrin at the moment. Grim's total is 17. I got 13 plus the 4. Lyra's is 22. She's completely fine. 18 plus the 4. Okay. Let me describe what happens here.
Before
As
we
the
get into
jab-
the description, because I hate our interrupting descriptions. Before it,
Yes.
is this like Ice Knife, or it is an attack roll first and then an explosion?
This is much more like it's much more like a javelin of lightning, but using frost.
I'm wondering if I can use interception to reduce the damage somehow. That's what I'm checking.
Oh, that's a good question. Would interception work on?
Because it's on an attack roll that obviously hits a creature, but I'm not sure if this is more like an AOE.
Yeah,
of ice.
it's like the javelin of lightning. How you know with the javelin of lightning, you can choose to throw it and it does a lightning bolt instead, and it does this blast of lightning. He's using a javelin of frost, which is a custom frost giant ability that they've got.
Okay.
Yeah, so unfortunately not quite.
That's fine.
Okay. As the bolt streaks through the air, flying towards you, you watch as it shatters into 1,000 tiny pieces of ice, which slam into the landscape, piercing the frozen bodies of the whales, dolphins, orcas, sharks, Harry, littering the coastline. As the ice slams into all of you pass. It's going to be half damage. Niles, it is no damage for you.
Can I uncanny dodge something like that as well and take half of that again?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Absolutely, you can. Okay.
I forgot I had uncanny dodge. Thank you, Niles, for reminding me.
Well, let's see how much
So-
damage it is first.
That is uncanny dodge is going to come in handy here. So that is 42 points of damage, halved to 21. Halved to 21. That is going to be half again for Harry, which takes it down to 10. Niles, you take no damage.
I said 21,
Yeah, we'll make
13
that
temp damage is
Frost.
gone. 8 damage. I'll just take that. I'm not going to use a spell on that.
How's Klaus looking?
Klaus is struggling, wheezing through one lung as a shard of ice has pierced half of his chest. He is just okay. Messai passed. He's taken the half damage. Or Klaus passed as well with the advantage. Messai passed
Still,
as well.
but
He's also
even if he passed, he might have still taken damage.
he's taken 21 points of damage. He's not loving it.
Yeah, I
He
was gonna
watches
say,
Klaus. Yeah, Klaus is like trying to breathe through one lung as his chest has been pierced by this ice shard. You watch as the frost giant turns and strides back out over the ocean, frozen waves in place, not even caring to check if you're dead as he wanders
Oh,
back.
so he just threw it and took off.
Literally threw it and then just slowly turns and
okay.
wanders away.
Oh, what?
Not
He
e-
doesn't
you're
even
not-
fight or anything. He's just
Oh,
like,
that's so disrespectful.
just walks off.
That's odd though. So he doesn't head towards like the north or the lighthouse. He heads just out into open ocean.
So because of where you are in the
Frozen.
bay, north towards the lighthouse is across the water. The most direct route, rather than curving around the
right.
coastline,
Oh
is
my
over the
God.
water. That's where he was heading.
Okay,
originally.
so
Sorry.
Okay, I thought he was
That
just
might have
heading
been my
away from the
description.
island, and I'm like, bro, this is the ultimate aura. He's just like, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
We
Sorry.
we actually live out here.
Sorry, I might not have described that very clearly the first time. As his massive fur-covered boots are crunching on the gravel, he then moves onto the ice. That is the most direct pathway to the shattered to the shattered lighthouse is just across
You
the
know
bay.
what? That was really rude. I'm going to do something, Owen. I'm going to summon my war magic.
Okay.
So I have two things that are currently bonded to me through war magic. One of them is an item in my pack. Another item is a completely different item of war.
Yep. We've spoken about this bad boy.
Instrument of war.
Yep.
I'm going to summon a ballista in front of me.
What? Fucking awesome.
Now, you think that's fucking great, huh? You throwing a fucking lance or something like that? Take this, you fucking bastard! I'm gonna just fire this like ballista bolt at him.
So we should describe this. We should describe this. This is the first time you're using this. Cassius, as you hold aloft your wolf cestus, you watch as the internal components begin to click into place. Magic summoning around them, lightning crackles. The taste of ozone suddenly fills the air. The smell of this like lightning in the air, and you watch as with a crackling burst of energy, an enormous ballistae siege weapon, a scorpion essentially, appears half on the beach, one of its legs crushing the skull of a seal that's frozen in front of you, Cassius, as you then walk behind it, crank the massive turning components that aim this as you slowly begin to crank it up and move it into position. Cassius, I'm going to roll a perception check to see if the giant notices this being summoned.
I rolled it on, so I probably didn't hit him though, unfortunately.
Bart would like to assist with this, but Bart's already had
3d10
bad
damage,
trauma from giants as well. And in his mind, just like, fuck this dude. I'm going to like hand on your shoulder, hit him in the fucking kneecap, and I'm going to give you bless.
Hell yes.
You can add a d4.
Niles is wondering what the fuck is going on. He's like, I think diplomacy is out the window.
So 13.
Niles is like, I'm in a cave.
But he doesn't wear armor, so maybe 13 will hit.
Well, it doesn't actually matter as much as you'd think whether or not it hits, because he's currently striding out across a layer of sea ice, Cassius.
Oh.
And this is quite a large ballista bolt.
Oh!
Okay, yeah.
I think we might have found the cliffhanger we're ending tonight's episode on. As Cassius summons this enormous siege weapon, which is already preloaded with the ballistae. Cassius, all he has to do is crank the handle back, and it's ready to rock and roll. I've rolled a quick perception check for the frost giants. I got a 9. I don't think he sees you do this.
Could the attack roll have advantage? Is this like surprised?
I'm actually happy to give this advantage.
Yeah.
Oh!
I'll just roll a 20. I rolled a 3.
Oh, we'll take the first one. We'll take the first one.
Taking the first one. Because if plus 4, that'd be 7.
We'll take the 13. The 11 plus the 2 from Bless. As
Wait,
Cassius...
No, I can't inspiration again. Don't worry about it. I'll shut up.
As
No, it
Cassius...
wasn't inspiration, was it? It was just advantage.
It was just
Do I have
advantage.
inspiration at all, Christian? Did you say something about a weird...
Yeah, can we...
There
try
are
one
rules
last
about
time?
stacking d20s on the same check, unfortunately.
No, it's fair enough. I don't mind too much.
As you crank the handle back, Cassius...
It's a very fun thing.
As you crank the handle back, Cassius, the cold is what's affecting the machine. You're sure that if you'd had a bit warmer temperature around you, the string might have been much more taut. As it is, like as you stretch this back to fire it, you know that your aim with this is pretty good. It's the cold that's affected this. It's not your fault. You would have hit this in any other circumstance. As the bolt flies forth, it's not that the giant notices it. The whistle that this thing makes as this artillery, this enormous bolt, taller than Cassius, shoots out. This is designed to knock into castle walls, to create pathway, to launch chains to allow for you to lift ladders to scale the walls.
Too. I have those too. Don't worry. Well, we have to talk about that. But I didn't want to shoot him.
What? It's a walking siege tower.
It is literally... Cassius can summon this siege weapon. However, there are severe problems. Once he summoned it to a location, it's stuck there for the time being.
It is. I just have to keep moving it now with my war bonding. Yeah. I was keeping it just somewhere just in probably Drifthaven, honestly. Probably just in one of my properties in a shed.
Thing is, you got to keep in mind, there are certain locations where this is not going to be well cared for. The place you've summoned it's not so good for it right now.
I wasn't even thinking about that. No, I 100% wanted to shoot this thing in anger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As the bolt
throws an ice javelin and pisses off.
Yeah. This guy. As the bolt flies towards him, the whistling, you watch as the frost giant slowly turns and looks towards this enormous bolt flying towards him. As it gets closer, you watch as he holds out his arm, the ice forming a massive shield in front of him. The bolt pierces straight through the shield and smashes into the ice behind him.
Oh, fuck yes.
For a moment, it is quiet and still.
Uh-oh.
And then a crack echoes through, distorted by the waves hidden under the ice. And you watch as the giant slowly lowers his arm, the shield vanishing as he looks towards you, and then slowly looks down at his feet. And then an enormous crack echoes once again.
Just two.
Yeah, I think all of us are just standing on the.
Yes.
How do you like it?
How do you like this bitch?
And with
Doesn't
a
taste so good on
sudden,
the receiving end, hey?
with a sudden motion, you watch as the 25-foot tall, hundreds of kilograms heavy giant drops through the ice. And that is where we are wrapping up for tonight.
That
is fucking deserved.
Do we know if they breathe air?
What was that?
Do we know if they breathe air?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, sick.
Cool.
Cool.
Oh, that's amazing. I
holy
just have to
shit.
do it.
that was very fun. That has turned this encounter into something else entirely, which is going to be very
That's so
entertaining for later.
This could be
Oh my
great.
goodness. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. I really want to show off. No. I'll save it. I reckon we'll need this next week. I'll show this off later. Thank you so much for joining us. That is all we have time for tonight. We will be back next week with more Cosmere RPG on Monday nights. We are smashing the Cosmere RPG. It is so much fun. We've had another combat round with some assassins. We've been able to kind of play around with more of the features and traits. Cosmere RPG is so sick. I can't wait for us to play with a bit of Mistborn, which is the next one that gets released. I am very hyped to do some stuff with that, so we'll keep you posted about that. Remember, tomorrow night we've got our Curse of Strahd 2K subscriber special Q&A, so make sure if you're free and keen, come and join us. It'll be from about 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern, I think. Probably about 7 p.m. Australian Eastern, and it'll just be for an hour or so. We'll just do some questions. I've got a load that you guys have submitted, so thank you so much for that. We might chuck in a little special Blinsky as well while we're there, just to get the final for the Blinsky. So
Blinsky.
make sure if you're around and you want to join us, we will be there for that. Jared, if you want to join us, you're welcome to. Absolutely welcome to.
What day is that, sorry, again?
Tomorrow night.
Oh, tomorrow night.
So it'll be 8 p.m. your time,
Oh, no.
roughly.
Unfortunately,
All good.
not.
That's fine. I know it's very late notice, but yeah, make sure you join us for
I've
that.
got a psych appointment and other things.
Okay, no, so fair.
But you guys
that's-
enjoy.
That's got to come first. But yeah, we'll be seeing you then. Otherwise, yeah, Cosmere on Monday, Tales from the Yawning Portal on Tuesday, and more Return of the Giants on Wednesday. For those of you watching on Twitch, don't go anywhere. We are going to go and raid a lovely friend of the channel. Obviously tonight, that's Corsair's Cove. They're doing Candlekeep Mysteries, one of my favorite of the new adventures that's been published. I will get that raid going. We will see you all again next time. Until then, stay safe, stay well. Goodness me. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. All right, guys. Bye. Or I'll drop you through the ice. Bye.
Cheers.
See you guys.